Inflammation is one of the silent struggles of aging. After 60, many people begin to notice joint stiffness, swelling in their hands or knees, or even digestive discomfort that wasn't there before. Doctors often prescribe pills, but what if some relief could come from your plate? In Japan, seniors have relied for centuries on simple fermented foods that not only preserve flavor but also calm inflammation in the body. These are not exotic superfoods invented in a lab. They are everyday staples that people in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s still eat daily. What makes fermented foods so powerful is their ability to restore balance inside the gut. When the gut microbiome is healthy, the immune system works better, and chronic inflammation, the root of joint pain, fatigue, and even heart problems, begins to fade. In this video, we will uncover the top 3 Japanese fermented foods that help calm inflammation naturally after 60. Each one has its own story, from a soothing soup that starts the day, to a sticky dish that many Westerners find unusual, to the colorful pickled vegetables that bring crunch and healing to every meal. These foods may seem simple, but they have kept Japanese elders mobile, energetic, and less dependent on medications for generations. And the best part? You can easily find or adapt them, no matter where you live. So let's begin this journey, not into complicated diets, but into the heart of Japanese tradition, where fermented foods become natural medicine for a longer, healthier life. Miso, the Japanese soup that heals from the inside. For many Japanese families, the day begins not with toast or cereal, but with a steaming bowl of miso soup. This humble dish has been a cornerstone of Japanese breakfasts for centuries, served alongside rice and small plates of vegetables. For elders, it's more than just food. It's comfort, routine, and subtle medicine. Miso is made from soybeans fermented with koji, a special culture also used in sake and soy sauce. During fermentation, the beans transform, creating a living food rich in probiotics, enzymes, and nutrients. These microscopic helpers survive in every spoonful, entering the gut and nourishing the microbiome. Why does this matter after 60? Because as we age, inflammation often begins in the gut. When the balance of bacteria is disturbed, the immune system overreacts, triggering chronic swelling in joints, arteries, and even the brain. A healthy gut, supported by probiotics, can calm this silent fire. Research has shown that miso is more than tradition. It's functional food. In a study published in the journal Food and Function, regular consumption of fermented soy was linked to reduced markers of inflammation and improved cardiovascular health. This may explain why Japanese elders who eat miso daily often maintain lower rates of heart disease compared to Western seniors. But miso's magic doesn't stop at probiotics. It's also a source of isoflavones, plant compounds that help regulate inflammation and support bone health. For seniors, this means fewer aches and a lower risk of fractures, something deeply valued in a culture where independence in old age is respected. The beauty of miso is its adaptability. In Japan, it's most often enjoyed as miso soup with tofu, seaweed, and green onions. But Western kitchens can also use it in salad dressings, marinades, or even a spoonful stirred into warm water for a quick tonic. The flavor is savory, slightly salty, and deeply grounding. For those worried about sodium, light or reduced salt miso varieties are widely available. And the small portion traditionally consumed in soup means it's rarely excessive. The Japanese principle of hara hachi bu, eating until 80% full, also ensures that miso supports health without overloading the body. When you see Japanese elders in their 80s still walking to the market or cooking for themselves, remember that behind that strength are small daily choices like this. Miso is not a miracle pill. It's a consistent, comforting ritual that, over decades, keeps inflammation lower and energy steadier. By starting the day with miso, seniors nourish their gut, regulate inflammation, and set the tone for balanced eating. It is a practice so ordinary in Japan that many barely notice it. And yet it may be one of the quiet keys to their extraordinary longevity. Natto. the sticky food that protects the heart and joints. If miso is the gentle entry point to fermented foods, natto is its bold cousin. Strong in flavor, sticky in texture, and packed with surprising health power. In Japan, natto is a common breakfast item, especially in regions like Tokyo and Nagoya, where elders eat it with rice and soy sauce. At first glance, many Westerners are hesitant. Natto has a pungent smell and a texture that clings to chopsticks like threads. But for Japanese elders, this unusual dish is one of the most reliable allies against inflammation and circulation problems. The secret lies in an enzyme called nattokinase, formed during fermentation. This enzyme has been studied for its ability to improve blood flow, break down fibrin, a protein linked to clotting, and reduce systemic inflammation. For seniors, that means a lower risk of blood clots, strokes, and the chronic swelling that makes joints stiff. Scientific interest in natto has grown internationally. A study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that regular consumption of nattokinase improved markers of cardiovascular health, especially in older adults. This helps explain why Japan, despite an aging population, maintains some of the lowest rates of heart disease in the world. Beyond circulation, natto also delivers vitamin K2, an essential nutrient for bone strength. After 60, when bone density naturally declines, this vitamin helps calcium reach the bones instead of accumulating in arteries. The result? Stronger bones, healthier joints, and cleaner vessels, a rare triple benefit. Adapting natto outside Japan can be tricky because of its taste. Many Japanese mix it with mustard, green onions, or even raw egg to soften the flavor. For those who cannot adjust, nattokinase supplements are available, offering the benefits without the challenge of taste. But perhaps the most inspiring part of natto is not the enzyme, but the habit. Elders in Japan don't see natto as medicine. They see it as breakfast, just one more small step in a lifetime of consistent choices that add up to health. For Western seniors curious about trying it, the key is patience. The first taste may feel unusual, even uncomfortable. But with time, many discover that behind the sticky texture lies a food that can soothe inflammation, strengthen bones, and keep blood moving freely. In Japan, natto is a symbol of resilience, a food that may look humble, but carries the power to protect the heart and joints well into old age. Tsukemono, the colorful pickles that keep digestion calm. If miso brings warmth and natto brings strength, Tsukemono, Japanese pickled vegetables, bring color, crunch, and balance to almost every traditional meal. In Japan, it is rare to see a table without at least one small dish of pickles, served not as decoration, but as a vital part of health and longevity. Tsukemono can be made from cucumbers, daikon radish, eggplant, carrots, or even plums. These vegetables are preserved through fermentation or salt curing, creating a food that is light, refreshing, and surprisingly powerful against inflammation. For Japanese elders, pickles are not snacks. They are medicine disguised as flavor. The secret is in the combination of fiber, probiotics, and antioxidants. Fiber keeps digestion smooth, probiotics restore gut balance, and antioxidants fight cellular damage. Together, they lower inflammation, reduce bloating, and improve nutrient absorption. 3 challenges that become more common after 60. Studies in nutrition journals have linked fermented vegetables with reduced inflammatory markers, particularly C-reactive protein, CRP, which rises with chronic inflammation. By lowering CRP, Tsukemono may indirectly protect joints, arteries, and even the brain. Another benefit is how Tsukemono aids portion control. Their strong flavor satisfies the palate quickly, which means smaller amounts of rice or fatty foods are needed to feel full. This connects directly with hara hachi bu, the practice of eating until 80% full, another quiet shield against inflammation. For seniors outside Japan, Tsukemono can be recreated easily. Cucumbers or cabbage fermented in brine, carrots lightly pickled in vinegar, or even sauerkraut can serve as effective alternatives. The goal is not to copy Japanese cuisine perfectly, but to embrace the principle, Let fermented vegetables be part of daily meals. Beyond digestion, Tsukemono bring joy to the senses. The crunch, the bright colors, and the refreshing sourness all make meals more enjoyable. For many Japanese elders, eating is not just about nutrition. It is about pleasure, variety, and balance, all of which support mental and emotional health. Over decades, this small habit of adding pickled vegetables at nearly every meal accumulates into big protection, calmer digestion, lower inflammation, and lighter steps in old age. Tsukemono are proof that healing does not have to be complicated. Sometimes it is as simple as a bite of something sour and crunchy that reminds the body how to stay balanced. We've walked through 3 very different foods: miso, natto, and tsukemono, each carrying its own story, its own taste, and its own way of calming inflammation. What unites them is not just fermentation, but the quiet discipline of including them in daily life, meal after meal, year after year. Miso nurtures the gut and strengthens immunity, helping seniors keep inflammation under control from the inside out. Natto supports circulation and bone health, protecting the heart and joints with its unique enzyme and vitamins. Tsukemono refresh digestion and bring balance, using fiber and probiotics to reduce swelling and make meals lighter. The lesson here is not that you must eat exactly like the Japanese. It is that small, consistent habits can make a remarkable difference after 60. A spoonful of miso in warm water, a few bites of pickled vegetables with lunch, or even a supplement if natto feels too unfamiliar. These are realistic, simple steps anyone can take. Not all centenarians run marathons, but many still cook their meals, walk to the market, and share food with their families. Behind these everyday choices are traditions that keep inflammation low, mobility strong, and spirits high. So now I ask you, which of these fermented foods would you like to try first? Share your answer in the comments, and let's keep learning together from the wisdom of longevity.